My child, pause for a moment and listen to me. Do not rush past this. Do not treat it as just another voice among the thousands trying to pull your attention in every direction. There are moments in life that appear ordinary on the surface, but heaven has placed meaning within them, and this is one of those moments. You may have arrived here casually, perhaps while scrolling, searching, wondering, or simply trying to fill the silence around you. But I want you to understand that this meeting is not empty. It is not random. It is not without purpose. I have reached into the noise of your day and gently placed this word before you because I wanted your heart to stop long enough to hear me. You have ignored many things before. You have passed by many moments without thinking twice. But this moment carries weight, and I do not want you to miss what I am preparing to speak into your spirit. There is a reason your eyes are here. There is a reason your heart has not turned away yet. There is a reason these words have found you at this exact time, in this exact season, under these exact circumstances. I know the world has trained you to move quickly, to skip, to swipe, to search for something louder, faster, easier, and more entertaining. But not everything that matters comes loudly. Not everything that changes a life arrives with noise. Sometimes I speak in a still, steady way, and only a heart willing to pause can recognize my voice. So I am asking you now to slow down. Let the rush inside you grow quiet. Let the pressure to move on lose its power for just a little while. Do not come to this moment half present, half listening, half open. Bring your full attention here, because I am not speaking to the crowd in general. I am speaking to you. I am not asking for a perfect heart. I am not asking for polished words, religious performance, or a mind that has everything figured out. I am asking for your attention. I am asking for your willingness. I am asking you to give me this small space in your day so I can place something living inside you. You may wonder why this matters so much. You may think, it is only a message, it is only a video, it is only a few words. But my child, when I breathe on a moment, it becomes more than what it appears to be. A simple word can become a doorway. A quiet invitation can become the beginning of a turning. A single pause can become the place where your heart finally becomes still enough to receive what it has been needing. You did not have to be in a church building for me to meet you. You did not have to be surrounded by people for me to speak. You did not have to feel ready for me to draw near. I can reach you anywhere. I can speak through the quiet of a room, through the middle of an ordinary day, through a screen, through a sentence, through a whisper that suddenly feels too personal to ignore. That is what I am doing now. I am stepping into this moment with intention, and I want you to recognize the holiness of it. Do not reduce it to coincidence. Do not explain it away as chance. Do not tell yourself it is meant for someone else. I know how often you have heard words and assumed they belong to another person. I know how quickly you can dismiss what touches your heart because you are afraid to believe it could truly be for you. But I am telling you plainly, this word has come to you on purpose. I have allowed it to cross your path because there is something in you I want to awaken, something in you I want to steady, something in you I want to draw closer to me. Before I say anything more, I want your heart to come nearer, not with fear, not with shame, not with pressure, but with trust. Lean in as a child leans toward the voice of a loving father. Lean in as someone who has been invited, not forced. Lean in as someone who matters to me. This is not a performance. This is not a test of how spiritual you can sound. This is a sacred pause between you and me. I want the distractions to fall away. I want the noise around you to lose its control. I want the restless thoughts to become quiet enough for you to understand that I have not brought you here carelessly. There are things the heart can only receive when it stops running. There are words the spirit can only recognize when it is no longer fighting to escape the silence. So stay with me. Do not rush ahead. Do not assume you already know what I will say. Do not let familiarity make you careless. Many people miss life-changing moments because they expect them to look dramatic, but I often begin with a simple call. Stop, listen, come closer. That is my call to you right now. Come closer. Open the door of your attention. Let your heart become honest before me. Let this moment be different from the others you quickly passed by. I am not here to waste your time. I am not here to fill the air with empty words. I am here because I love you enough to interrupt the rhythm of your day and draw your focus back to what truly matters. So breathe deeply, my child. Be still. You are not here by accident. You are not listening by chance. This moment has been placed before you with purpose, and if you will remain open, you will understand why I asked you not to skip it. My child, now that you have paused and given me your attention, I want you to hear what my heart has been holding for you. I have seen you. I have seen the parts of your life no one else noticed. I have seen the tears you wiped away before anyone walked into the room. I have seen the smile you placed on your face when your heart felt heavy because you did not want to explain what was breaking inside you. I have seen the nights when sleep would not come, when your body was tired but your mind kept moving from one worry to another, asking questions you were too exhausted to answer. I have seen you sit in silence, surrounded by people yet feeling completely alone. I have seen the moments when you wanted someone to ask if you were truly okay, but everyone seemed too busy, too distracted, or too unaware to notice the weight you were carrying. Nothing about you has been hidden from me. Not your pain, not your fear, not your confusion, not the ache you learned to keep quiet because you thought it would be too much for others to understand. You have carried certain battles so privately that people around you assumed you were fine. They saw you working, serving, showing up, answering messages, doing what had to be done, and they thought strength meant you were not hurting. But I knew better. I knew the cost of every step you took while your heart was tired. I knew the effort it took to rise in the morning when a part of you wanted to stay buried beneath the covers. I knew how much courage it required for you to keep going when your thoughts whispered that you had nothing left to give. My child, I did not overlook those moments. I was near when your words failed. I was near when your prayers came out only as a sigh. I was near when you did not even know what to ask for because the need inside you was too deep for language. I understood every silent cry. I understood every trembling breath. I understood the pain behind the simple words, "Lord, help me." You may have wondered if heaven was quiet because I was not listening, but I want you to know that I heard everything. I heard what you said out loud, and I heard what you never had the strength to speak. I heard the questions you carried in your heart. Do I matter? Does anyone see how hard I am trying? Will this heaviness ever lift? Am I forgotten? My child, you are not forgotten. You have never been invisible to me. When others misunderstood you, I saw the truth. When others judged only what they could see on the outside, I saw the battle taking place within you. When others assumed you were distant, weak, difficult, or too quiet, I saw the wounds you were trying to survive with dignity. I saw how many times you chose restraint when you could have answered in anger. I saw how many times you stayed kind when bitterness tried to rise inside you. I saw how many times you carried your responsibilities while your own heart needed care. I saw you give love while longing to receive it. I saw you encourage others while secretly needing encouragement yourself. I saw you pray for people who never knew how much you were hurting. I saw you keep moving when every part of you wanted to stop. Do not think those unseen acts are small to me. The world may celebrate loud victories, public success, and visible achievements, but I see the hidden strength that lives in quiet endurance. I see the courage it takes to keep your heart from turning cold. I see the faith it takes to whisper my name when you feel surrounded by uncertainty. I see the obedience it takes to do the right thing when no one thanks you for it. I see the tenderness you have tried to protect, even after disappointment touched you again and again. You have wondered if your tears were wasted because they fell where no one could see them, but I saw everyone. You have wondered if your pain mattered because life kept moving as if nothing had happened, but it mattered to me. Your sorrow did not disappear into the air. Your cries did not vanish into the darkness. Your heart has always been open before me, even when you were trying to hide it from everyone else. There were days when you felt weak, but I saw a soul that was still reaching for light. There were days when you felt lost, but I saw a heart still longing for truth. There were days when you felt empty, but I saw the depth of what you had poured out for others. I know the pressure you have been under. I know the words that wounded you and stayed in your mind long after the conversation ended. I know the disappointments you replayed when no one was around. I know the grief you learned to carry quietly because life demanded that you keep going. I know the loneliness that sometimes sat beside you like an unwelcome guest. I know the questions you brought to me again and again, even when you were unsure if you had enough faith left to ask. And still, my child, I was there. I was present in the room. I was present in the car. I was present in the silence. I was present when your heart felt too heavy to lift. I was not watching from a distance with cold eyes. I was near with compassion. I was close with love. I was attentive to every detail of your life, even the details you thought were too small to matter. So let this truth settle inside you. You are fully seen by me. You do not have to explain your exhaustion before I care. You do not have to prove your pain before I come close. You do not have to pretend to be stronger than you are. You can bring me the honest version of yourself, the tired version, the confused version, the wounded version, the version you hide from the world because you fear it will not be accepted. I already know you completely, and I do not turn away. I see you with mercy. I see you with tenderness. I see you with a love that does not grow tired of you. So breathe, my child. You are not alone in what you have carried. You have never cried without being heard. You have never struggled without being seen. You have never faced a hidden battle beyond the reach of my presence. I am here, and I have always seen you. My child, I know there have been seasons when you looked at your life and wondered why certain things were allowed to happen. You asked why the door closed after you had prayed so sincerely for it to open. You asked why people you trusted changed their hearts toward you. You asked why the path seemed clear for a moment, only to become blocked again. You asked why the waiting lasted longer than you thought you could endure, and why the answers you hoped for seemed to arrive for everyone else while you remained in the same place, carrying the same questions. I want you to hear me clearly. Your pain has not been punishment. Your delay has not been rejection. Your disappointment has not been proof that I turned away from you. There were moments when you could only see what was being taken, but I could see what was being protected. You could only feel the sting of what did not happen, but I could see the danger hidden inside the thing you thought you needed. You saw a closed door and called it loss, but I saw a path that would have wounded you more deeply if I had allowed you to walk through it. You saw a relationship fall apart and wondered why I did not hold it together, but I saw what that connection would have cost your peace, your purpose, and your spirit. You saw a delay and thought I was withholding love, but I was holding back what your heart was not yet ready to carry. My child, I do not waste suffering. I do not ignore your tears or allow pain without purpose. Even when life felt scattered, I was working with wisdom beyond what your eyes could see. I was shaping what was hidden beneath the surface. I was strengthening places in you that would have collapsed under the weight of a blessing given too soon. I was deepening your roots before allowing the branches to grow. A tree that rises quickly without deep roots cannot withstand the storm, and I love you too much to give you something visible while leaving you fragile within. You wanted the outward change, but I was first building the inward strength. You wanted the promise to arrive, but I was preparing the person who would be able to walk in it with humility, wisdom, and endurance. There were times when you felt buried, but you were being planted. There were times when you felt hidden, but you were being developed. There were times when you felt forgotten, but I was forming something steady in you where no one else could see. Think of a seed beneath the ground. To the eye, it appears lost in darkness. No one applauds it. No one sees movement. No one celebrates what is happening beneath the soil. Yet in the hidden place, life is beginning. Roots are stretching. Strength is forming. Growth is taking place before anything appears above the surface. That is what I have been doing in you. I have been working in quiet places, in unseen ways, in seasons when you thought nothing was changing. I have been teaching you how to trust when you cannot trace my hand. I have been teaching you how to stand when your feelings are not steady. I have been teaching you how to walk by faith, not by the approval of people, not by visible results, and not by perfect circumstances. The fire you passed through was not sent to destroy you. It was allowed to refine you. Gold is not purified in comfort. It is purified in heat. Its value is revealed when what does not belong is burned away. In the same way, I have been removing what could not go with you into the next chapter of your life. I have been exposing fears you needed to surrender, habits that kept you bound, and attachments that made you dependent on what was never meant to define you. I have been loosening your grip on things that look good but were not life-giving. I have been teaching you the difference between what you want quickly and what will bless you deeply. This is why some prayers were answered differently than you expected. This is why some people could not remain. This is why some opportunities faded before you could hold them. It was not because I was cruel. It was because I am faithful. A loving father does not give his child everything the child reaches for. A loving father sees beyond the moment. I saw the ending from the beginning. I saw what would strengthen you and what would drain you. I saw what would lead you closer to me and what would slowly pull your heart away. So I guided, blocked, delayed, redirected, and prepared. At the time, it may have felt painful, but one day you will look back and understand that my hand was present even in what you did not receive. You will see that some losses were acts of mercy, some delays were divine protection, some endings were hidden beginnings, some disappointments were doors being closed so you would not settle for less than what I had planned. My child, do not despise the process because it did not look like the promise. Do not reject the preparation because it came dressed as waiting. Do not call yourself abandoned because you were being refined in private. What I have been building in you is not shallow. It is not temporary. It is not dependent on applause, comfort, or easy circumstances. I have been forming endurance. I have been growing discernment. I have been teaching your heart to recognize my voice more clearly. I have been making you stronger, wiser, softer in the right places, and firmer in the places where you once broke too easily. You are not the same person you were when this journey began. You may still feel unfinished, but you are not unchanged. You may still have questions, but you also have depth you did not have before. You may still be waiting, but you are waiting with roots that have grown stronger in the hidden place. So do not believe the lie that your struggle was meaningless. Do not believe that the years behind you were wasted. I have gathered every season, every delay, every closed door, every tear, and every lesson, and I am weaving them into a story far greater than what you could have built on your own. Your pain was not the end of you. It was part of the preparation. Your waiting was not empty. It was forming strength. Your fire was not meant to consume you. It was making you ready. My child, after all you have walked through, I want you to understand something that must become stronger in your heart than every accusation, every regret, every label, and every painful memory. You are mine. You are not defined by what broke you. You are not named by what wounded you. You are not reduced to the mistakes you made, the seasons when you stumbled, the doors that closed, or the people who failed to see your value. Before the world had an opinion about you, I knew you. Before anyone praised you or rejected you, I loved you. Before you had success to show, strength to prove, or answers to give, my heart was already turned toward you. You have spent too much time measuring yourself through eyes that were never able to see the truth of who you are. You have allowed the voices of disappointment, shame, failure, comparison, and fear to speak too loudly within you. But I am speaking now, and my voice is higher than every other voice. You are not a mistake. You are not an afterthought. You are not a burden I regret carrying. You are my beloved child, chosen with intention, held with tenderness, and called by name. I know you have questioned whether you could still be loved after everything you have thought, done, lost, or hidden. I know you have wondered if my patience has limits, if my mercy has grown tired, if my heart has changed because you did not always choose well. Hear me clearly. My love for you has not weakened. It has not stepped back. It has not become uncertain. I do not love you only when you feel strong. I do not stay near only when your prayers sound confident. I do not call you mine only on the days when your life looks orderly and your faith feels steady. I love you in your weakness. I love you in your questions. I love you when your hands tremble. I love you when you come to me with nothing but honesty and tears. My love is not fragile. It is not frightened by your struggle. It is not offended by your need. It does not disappear when you fall. It reaches for you, lifts you, cleanses you, and reminds you that you still belong. You may have believed that your past disqualified you, but I've already made a way for you to come close. You may have believed that your failures gave me a reason to turn away, but I have already covered you with grace greater than your guilt. You may have believed that you were too broken to be useful, too late to be restored, too weak to be chosen, but I tell you the truth. I do not choose as the world chooses. The world looks for perfection, image, status, and performance. I look at the heart. I see the places where you are still tender. I see the desire in you to be different, to live rightly, to come closer, to be whole. I see the quiet prayers you barely dared to whisper. I see the hunger for peace beneath the confusion. I see the faith that is still alive, even when it feels small. Do not despise what is small in your heart, because I know how to breathe life into it. Do not look at your weakness and assume I cannot work with it, because my strength is not limited by your limitations. I have used wounded hearts before. I have restored people who thought they were finished. I have lifted those who believed their story had been ruined beyond repair. I am not ashamed to call you mine. I am not embarrassed by your process. I am not standing over you with condemnation. I am calling you closer with mercy. So release the shame you have carried like a hidden weight. Release the old names you have accepted as if they were truth. You are not failure. You are not rejection. You are not abandoned. You are not unwanted. You are not the sum of your worst decisions. You are my child, and I am making you new from the inside out. Let that truth enter the places where lies have lived for too long. Let it reach the corners of your heart where you have stored regret. Let it touch the memories you avoid because they still make you feel unworthy. I already know everything, and still I choose to love you. I already see every hidden place, and still I invite you to come near. You do not have to hide from me. You do not have to pretend before me. You do not have to dress your pain in perfect language. Come as you are, but do not expect to remain as you were. My love receives you, and my grace transforms you. I am not calling you back to shame. I am calling you into identity. I am teaching you to stand as someone who knows they are loved, not as someone constantly trying to earn permission to exist. I am teaching you to pray as a child, not as a stranger begging from a distance. I am teaching you to walk with your head lifted, not because you have never fallen, but because my mercy has lifted you again. You are allowed to begin again with me. You are allowed to leave behind the bitterness that has hardened parts of your heart. You are allowed to lay down the fear that told you love would always leave. You are allowed to surrender the need to prove yourself to people who could never give you the worth that only I can speak over you. Spend time with me, not because you are trying to win my approval, but because you already have my heart. Speak to me simply. Open your Bible and let my promises become louder than your insecurities. Let worship soften what disappointment made guarded. Let prayer become the place where you stop performing and start resting. Surround yourself with what reminds you of truth, not what pulls you back into confusion. Choose voices that strengthen your faith, not voices that constantly make you doubt your value. I am forming a steadier identity within you, one that does not collapse when people misunderstand you, one that does not disappear when circumstances change, one that is rooted in my love and not in the approval of the world. My child, you are chosen, you are forgiven, you are loved, you are not disqualified, you still belong to me, and nothing that has happened in your life has made me change my mind about you. My child, lift your eyes now, because the season ahead of you will not look like the season behind you. You have walked through days that felt heavy, slow, and uncertain, but I am bringing you into a new place where hope will begin to rise again. What seemed delayed was not forgotten. What seemed buried was not dead. What seemed impossible was not beyond my reach. I have been moving in ways you could not see, arranging what you could not arrange, preparing what you could not prepare, and opening what no human hand had the power to open. You are standing closer to change than you realize. The prayers you thought had gone unanswered have not been lost. The desires you surrendered with tears have not been ignored. The dreams you quietly set aside because disappointment made them painful to hold are still known to me. I am not finished with your story, and I am not bringing you merely back to where you were. I am bringing you forward into something deeper, stronger, and more complete than what you once imagined. A new season is beginning, and it will carry the mark of my hand. This breakthrough will not be only about one visible blessing or one outward change. I am working in your spirit, in your mind, in your heart, in your relationships, in your strength, in your peace, and in the places where you have felt lack for too long. I know where you need healing. I know where you need restoration. I know where you need provision. I know where you need clarity. I know the areas you have stopped talking about because hope felt too risky, and I am breathing life there again. You have seen doors close, but I am able to open doors no one can shut. You have seen opportunities slip away, but I am able to bring what is right for you at the appointed time. You have seen relationships strained, broken, or distant, but I am able to restore what should be restored and give peace where restoration must first begin within you. You have seen joy fade under the pressure of survival, but I am able to make joy rise again in places where sorrow tried to make a permanent home. Do not limit what I can do by what you have already experienced. Do not measure my power by the size of your problem. Do not assume the future must repeat the pain of the past. I am the God who brings water from dry places, light into dark rooms, and new life where everything looked finished. When I move, I do not need ideal circumstances. I do not need the approval of people. I do not need the path to look easy before I begin. I can make a way where there is no visible way. I can turn a closed chapter into the foundation of a greater testimony. I can take what confused you, hurt you, humbled you, and stretched you, and use it as part of the evidence that my faithfulness never left you. What is coming may not arrive in the form you expected, but it will carry my wisdom. You may have asked me for one door, and I may lead you toward a wider place. You may have prayed for enough strength to survive, and I may give you the grace to live with joy again. You may have asked me to repair one piece of your life, and I may begin renewing the whole foundation. Trust me when my answer looks different from your picture. I see beyond your present longing. I know what will truly bless you, not only for a moment, but for the life I am shaping in you. There were things you wanted quickly that I held back because I knew they were not ready for you, or you were not ready for them. But now, after the stretching, after the quiet growth, after the hidden preparation, you will begin to recognize that I was not withholding goodness from you. I was preparing you to receive it in a way that would not crush your heart, feed your fear, or pull you away from me. The new season I am bringing will come with peace, not confusion. It will come with strength, not striving. It will come with clarity, not the desperate need to force what I have not given. You will know my hand is at work because what I release will carry life. It will draw you closer to me. It will make your heart more whole. It will give you room to breathe again. The places where you once wept will not always be marked by sorrow. Some of those same places will become reminders of how deeply I carried you. The nights you thought would never end will become part of the story you tell when you speak of my faithfulness. The battles that made you feel weak will become proof that my strength was present in you all along. I am not only changing circumstances, I am changing the way you see. You will begin to see that your life is not stuck in defeat. You will begin to see that what was lost did not have the final word. You will begin to see that my goodness was never limited by the people who left, the plans that failed, or the seasons that seemed silent. My child, I am restoring hope with substance. I am not giving you empty excitement that fades when emotions settle. I am building a steady expectation in you, a quiet confidence that says, God is still working, and His work is good. Let your heart make room for that confidence. Let your hands open again. Let your spirit stop bracing only for disappointment. I am bringing renewal where life has felt dry. I am bringing courage where fear has been loud. I am bringing peace where your thoughts have been restless. I am bringing direction where confusion has lingered. I am bringing strength where you have felt worn down. The new thing will not require you to become someone else in order to receive it. It will reveal what my grace has been forming in you all along. So lift your head, my child. The story is turning. The morning is rising. The season of only surviving is giving way to a season of healing, growth, and holy movement. I am not finished. I am moving now. And what I bring will remind you that every promise spoken by my love is held securely in my hands. My child, as you step toward what I am opening before you, I want you to guard your heart with wisdom. Do not be careless with the promise I have placed within you. Do not treat hope as something small, fragile, or optional. Hope is a holy seed, and what I plant in you must be protected until it grows strong enough to bear fruit. When a new season begins, distractions often rise with greater intensity. The noise around you may become louder. Old fears may try to return. Old wounds may attempt to speak again. People may misunderstand your peace, question your direction, or pull you back into patterns I am leading you out of. Do not be surprised by this. Do not let it shake you. The fact that resistance appears does not mean I have stopped moving. Often, it means you are closer than you think. The enemy cannot cancel what I have spoken, but he will try to make you doubt it. He cannot remove my love from you, but he will try to make you feel unworthy of it. He cannot close the door I have chosen to open, but he will try to make you so distracted that you fail to walk through it with faith. This is why I am telling you now, stay awake in your spirit. Pay attention to what you allow into your mind. Pay attention to the voices you let shape your thoughts. Pay attention to the habits that slowly drain your strength. Not every voice deserves access to your heart. Not every opinion should become a burden you carry. Not every criticism is instruction. Not every delay is defeat. Not every uncomfortable moment is a sign that you are on the wrong path. Learn to listen for my voice above the noise. My voice will not push you into panic. My voice will not bury you under shame. My voice will not confuse you until you cannot breathe. I may correct you, but I correct with love. I may guide you away from something, but I guide with peace. I may ask you to surrender, but I never ask you to surrender into emptiness. I ask you to surrender into my hands. So when doubt comes, do not welcome it as truth. Bring it to me. When fear rises, do not build your life around it. Speak my promises over it. When shame reminds you of who you used to be, remember that I have already called you mine. When bitterness tries to harden your heart, lay it down before it becomes a chain. You cannot carry resentment and walk freely into the fullness of what I am doing. You cannot keep rehearsing every wound and expect your soul to remain light. You cannot hold tightly to the past and receive the new thing with open hands. My child, forgiveness does not mean pretending the pain never happened. It means refusing to let the pain become your master. It means placing justice, healing, and the final word into my hands. Let me handle what is too heavy for you. Let me heal what you have tried to manage alone. Let me remove the poison of old anger before it steals the joy I am restoring. I also want you to use your time wisely. Do not let endless scrolling, endless worry, endless comparison, and endless fear consume the hours I have given you. Your life is precious. Your attention is valuable. Your heart needs room to hear me. Create space for prayer, even if your words are simple. Create space for scripture, even if you begin with only a few lines. Create space for quiet, because quiet will help you recognize what noise has been covering. Do not wait until you feel perfect to come near. Come near daily. Come near honestly. Come near when you feel strong, and come near when you feel weak. I am not asking for religious performance. I am inviting you into relationship. Walk with me one step at a time. Obey the light I give you today. Do not demand the entire road before you take the next faithful step. I will lead you as you move. I will steady you as you trust. I will correct your course when you need direction. I will strengthen your hands for what I have assigned to you. But you must keep your eyes on me. Do not let people become the measure of your calling. Some will not understand what I am doing in you. Some may only remember who you were and fail to recognize who you are becoming. Some may speak from jealousy, fear, pain, or unbelief. Love them, but do not surrender your faith to their limitations. You do not need everyone to approve what I have spoken. You need to remain faithful to me. Guard the promise in prayer. Protect your peace. Choose obedience over impulse. Choose truth over emotion. Choose patience over panic. Choose faith over the familiar fear that once controlled you. And when the pressure increases, do not step backward. Stand firm. When the night feels long, remember that morning is still coming. When nothing appears to be moving, remember that I work in hidden places. When your strength feels small, remember that my strength is made perfect in weakness. You are not walking alone into this new season. I am before you, preparing the way. I am beside you, steadying your steps. I am within you, giving you courage to continue. So do not give up now. Do not drop the promise because the process still requires faith. Do not turn away because distraction is loud. Keep walking, keep praying, keep believing. Keep your heart open and your eyes fixed on me. What I have begun, I am faithful to complete.